Hey guys, welcome into live shows back on Tuesday night with the Sportscast here. Your hosts Brian and Craig. Craig, my man, how you been, sir?
Howdy.
All right, guys, we're gonna give you our Week 7 takeaways. I guess headed into Week 8 power rankings, and then any little headlines of the week that have happened. We are back to doing lives on Tuesday night. So welcome in. Come join us on the show. Get in the comments section and let us know how you feel about the weeks, the games of Week 7, and anything else that you guys might want to chat it up about. Y'all did a good show on Saturday, Craig. I was able to listen to that, and we got a lot of traction, a lot of comments on the Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani. So that was interesting.
Yeah, probably a bad take on that after he just went scorched earth and basically put you into the World Series on his own.
Yeah, he I was going. I had got on there and put my 2 cents in, and I don't agree with Jeff's take, but I mean, it's his
I'm not
team.
sure
and
the second homer still hasn't landed yet.
That was out. I mean,
it left
literally out of the ballpark. Like,
yeah,
absolutely insane.
Those were not cheap. Those were all tanks.
Absolutely insane. What he did was by far the best.
George Springer last night. That's his best Joe Carter impression.
Yeah.
Probably the second most important homer in Toronto Blue Jays history.
Yeah. Takes place over the Batista one where he threw his bat 40 feet in the air and got punched in the face by Odor.
Hurt the hot dog vendor because he threw it up in the stands almost.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Thank God for the netting.
I don't know. I didn't want Seattle to win because they're in my division, so I'm kind of happy, but no one's beating the Dodgers. They're going to win in 5, probably.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
And, yeah.
I hope not, but.
Me neither. Well, all right, guys, let's get into our takeaways from Week 7. And one of my takeaways, Craig, is the icy hot ball that played on Thursday night. What a hell of a game that was. You had old man Rodgers and old man Flacco out there throwing dimes and throwing darts and
in their hover rounds out there. Flacco doing naked bootlegs,
Like, yeah, no one saw him running, and even Tomlin's on the sideline with his jaw open, like, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
Like, they gave it their all. I mean, just what a great game it was. 4 or 5 lead changes. This game was insane. The Cincinnati gets the job done. But my takeaway is, man, Rodgers still has it, man. I mean, some of the throws he made that night, he rolled out to the left, hit the dart for the touchdown. Flacco drives back down, scores. And hey, if Metcalf would have caught the interception or the Hail Mary there at the end, they would have won the football game. But
he's pretty good at those.
It was a lot. It was entertaining, way better than I thought. And man, Rodgers has this team first in the division. Like, looking pretty good right now.
Going to continue Tomlin's.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, not losing season record looks like.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out my receipt. I said I didn't say they win the division. I said they make the playoffs, and well, here we go. So looking so good so far. We still got a lot of football left.
I mean, it doesn't help that your whole division is on
life support.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does not help.
Gone. The other guy's gone.
Joe Flacco and the Browns don't count.
Right.
You traded away your best quarterback to a division rival. I don't think they got talked about. Like, you gave Joe Flacco away for nothing, for a bag of potato chips, to your division rival. Like, I don't know. It was weird, especially when you need a quarterback. Unless they're tanking for another quarterback next year, but you just drafted 2. So
you got 17 on the roster. I don't think that's the spot you need to fill. You need to cut the dead weight that you're paying $80 million to. Well, speaking of, we'll kind of stay on the same path. Another guy who's looking father time right in the mouth is Matthew Stafford. Stafford throws 5 touchdown passes and is trying to take Dak Prescott's MVP because he's old man winner and they thought he should have retired. Here's a guy who in the preseason they weren't even sure that was going to make the season start because he was getting injections in his back and was basically having to wheel him into the locker room every day and now he's out here just looking like the best version of Matthew Stafford going, and he has the Rams just rolling.
Definitely does. Welcome in M2 Wild Ones. Yeah, Matthew Stafford has always been a dog, man. I always really liked him. Hated playing him twice a year. He's looked really good. And, as far as MVP goes, I think really I think right now Dak's playing really well. It's obviously going to depend on how the Cowboys finish if he gets MVP.
Right.
But Baker Mayfield.
Problem is he's the Joe Burrow of last year. He has all the stats, but your defense lets up 100, so he won't be in the consideration if they don't start winning some football games. Because it's just not realistic to score 40 every week. It's just not.
Yeah, it's not, and we'll see.
You're probably not going to hang 40 on Denver. That's not going to happen. I don't know. The Giants hung 30 on them, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk in that game a little bit later, I believe. But so I think it really depends on who finishes. I mean, right now, I think Baker Mayfield's got a good argument, except the game he played on Monday night didn't look too well. But you're not gonna be great every single night you step on the field. So, my second takeaway from Week 7 is early coaching candidate of the year has got to be Kyle Shanahan. And, you talked about it last week, Craig, is you had the 49ers in your top 5. And Kyle Shanahan, what he's doing with the injured-prone 49ers with a backup quarterback in Mac Jones, and what he's doing, they're 5-2, leading the division. He's got to be up for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, you got half your team on IR right now. You've got two of your best defensive players on season-ending IR. 100%. He has to be. He's making rosters with toothpicks and bubble gum over here and winning football games and winning them convincingly. Absolutely.
So, maybe last year with all their team being injured kind of helped them, this year.
Right,
like,
but
I'm used to this, this is
but
nothing
he's
to me.
taking a quarterback that looked so overwhelmed in New England. Just looked like the whole NFL was going to be too much for him. It looked like that, like they overshot. Remember when all this went down and that we thought that he wanted him to begin with, and he was forced to have,
Trey Lance,
and now here he is, and it all comes full circle, and he gets his guy, and now his guys. If you're Brock Purdy, are you going, oh no, what happened?
Yeah.
What just happened?
And it's cheaper. It's cheaper.
100%. You don't have to pay Purdy. You could give Mac whatever small, like half the money, and he'd be like, okay, I'll sign that deal.
Well, I think they already signed Purdy. I thought they signed him last off.
They're going to have to trade him or something. That's what I'm saying, though. If you're Purdy sitting on the sideline, you're going, I'm going to cut this toe off because I got to get back in there. This guy's going to take my job. He's looked phenomenal. I read the toes worse than what they originally deal, and he's like, it's not going to be soon.
He's missed more time than I thought, but and we talked about that a lot, right? With the 49ers and John Lynch versus Kyle Shanahan. And Shanahan wanted this and Kyle wanted him, and
we thought one of them may end up leaving if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And they've worked through it because they've been kind of successful. They cut Lance. They ended up cutting Lance, and they run into Purdy.
And maybe
Mr. Irrelevant.
Maybe he goes on a run and Shanahan goes, see, I told you, if we draft this guy.
Right.
We were wrong. I was right.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see because I honestly believe, and I don't know if there's any. Doesn't seem like there's a story that's leaked that there's bad blood between Shanahan or anything, but it's just one of those.
You don't hear it because they're winning.
I got the receipt. Yeah, because they're winning, right? So that was my second takeaway from week 7. Craig, what's another takeaway you got?
While Tampa is looked really good, they might be in trouble. They took a huge blow last night. Mike Evans comes back after missing a few weeks from the hamstring injury and smacks his head off the turf, goes out cold, and in the process breaks his collarbone and is done for the season. And so your string of 1,000-yard seasons are now over.
Yeah. He tied Jerry Rice, but that was it.
But that is as far as that will go because Mike Evans is done for the year. And I want to see what he can do. Now, last year he still put up numbers, missing Evans, missing Godwin. He does have Mbuka like with that. They avoided that scare. And Mbuka leaves with a hamstring injury, plays last night. Still, he has looked phenomenal. Probably up for offensive rookie of the year. But I want to look what Tampa's going to do. Right now, they're still kind of rolling. Last night, they hit a little speed bump, but who doesn't when they face the Detroit Lions, other than the Packers, apparently, and the Chiefs, who can go through an NFL football game and not get a penalty. He might be because he's had a lot of injuries.
It's about time and he kind of hangs it up. I mean,
I don't know how he's only been in the league like 5 years though. Like I think he's had 1,000 yards. I think he's had 1,000 yards every season.
Let me look at it.
Whatever the record was, if 8, whatever. I mean, he's only been in the league.
Let me look it up. He's got to be longer. No, this is his 12th season.
Oh. So he had 12. I know he hasn't had under 1,000 yards.
He had 11 straight, and that's Jerry Rice's record.
Okay,
this would have broke it. But he's not going to get there.
12, maybe. I mean, it could be close.
I mean, maybe he comes back next year, and he probably will. But they're so. The crazy thing is he's able to do that every year, and they've always had 2 great wide receivers. Like they got Godwin on the other side. Right. Now you add Mbuka.
Now you've added Mbuka.
It's just like, man. But so unfortunately for him, he gets
Godwin misses last night again after he only came back 1 game and now he was out again. So you don't know how long he's going to be around.
Bucky Irvin. We're going to find out what
Tampa's made of. Yeah.
What Baker Mayfield's made of.
Can you do what the 49ers are doing? Do you have the same head coach? I don't think you do, but we're about to find out.
My third and final takeaway from week 7 is, are the New England Patriots for real? They're 5-2. They won 4 straight games. They're leading their division. They just beat the Buffalo Bills. They just beat Tennessee 31-14. They annihilated Tennessee.
Calm down. It's Tennessee.
It is Tennessee. The 4 straight wins. I'm going to put it out there with Carolina
with an interim head coach.
How in the world did they fire their coach?
We talked about that Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I heard that. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Like you're in the middle of a rebuild, and
this is why you don't win.
The only thing I can think of is either the quarterback said I can't work with this guy, or or there was something in that deal where they said this is your, like, maybe he didn't want to draft Ward, and he went into there and was like, hey, this is why, look, he's throwing interceptions, and they're like, yeah, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie. You're not gonna
it's gonna happen,
But back to my original question: are they for real? I think Drake Mays look better this year. He's like more comfortable in the pocket.
Speaking of holding receipts, I said he was the quarterback of that draft. Yeah, that he was pretty good at football. Yeah,
Vrabel. I mean, I've always liked him as a head coach. I thought he did a good job in Tennessee.
He did a great job in Tennessee. How he left Tennessee, like, they're a better football team with Vrabel. I really wanted Vrabel in Dallas, and it just didn't work out. I just don't think his mentality matches with Jones. You got to have a special set of skills to deal with, white-haired Yoda.
Jerry Jones.
And I don't think Vrabel's set of skills match with Yoda over there. So yeah, I mean, Drake May has looked great. He's looked a lot better, a lot more confident. He threw a pass the other day, and the guy catched it with his fingertips like he couldn't have thrown a better pass. Like, it was beautiful.
Dime, yeah.
He
looks more comfortable
over the
throwing
shoulder,
the ball down
100%.
the field.
He doesn't look overwhelmed. He doesn't look like he's slinging the ball all around. The turnovers have come way down. He's not running for his life. They've got him some time. They've got him some protections and some schemes. Play calling helps,
Yeah. I think they probably finished second in the division this year.
This just in, coaching matters.
Yeah.
Look at Daniel Jones. Look at Drake May. Look at Mac Jones. Coaching matters, folks.
100%.
These guys that we thought were not very good at football, with the right head coach, they're pretty good at football, and there's a reason they were drafted into the NFL as high as they were.
And that says a lot about those coaches. And maybe we have that a segment later down the road at the end of the year going, all right, well, maybe this coach is better. I had to look up the Indianapolis coaches. Who's Indianapolis head coach? Because I had no idea.
Shane Skepler,
some weird. I was like, I never heard of the guy, and he's got Daniel Jones, and they're 6-1. So
balling.
You got any more takeaways from Week 7?
I mean, the Lions looked really good. They're going to be tough to beat. I think you're going to have to probably beat them again if you want to win that division. And win a bunch of football games, because I don't think they're going to lose too many more.
You said the Giants?
No, the Lions.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, the Lions have turned it on.
I think if you want to win that division, you're going to have to win a bunch of football games in a row, because I don't think they're going to lose too many more. They seem to have they get a bye week this week and kind of get everybody lined out. They're able to win handily over a good Bucs team without their best defensive player and Brian Branch, or your best back end guy. I mean, they had basically a hodgepodge of secondary. They put a secondary off the practice squad and held Tampa to like 9 points. So
they said Baker looked pretty off last night, overthrowing, underthrowing.
I mean, that's normal. It normally happens when Aiden Hutchinson's in your back pocket, but I mean,
yeah.
But yeah.
Micah Parsons, 3-sack game, baby. Let's go. He had a great game. Should have been 4. They took it away over. I've never seen this called in my life, and they called on Micah Parsons hip drop tackle. Never seen it ever called, and they were like, hip drop tackle. I'm like, you're gonna call that?
Yeah,
but you can't get one holding call on the guy. Are you kidding me?
Oh, good. Yeah, good luck. He will not get any. I watched 4 seasons, and he doesn't get any.
Molested every freaking play.
Every time. Like, and the flag swallow the whistle. They don't know where it's at. No, you will not get a single one.
Yeah, it's
his jersey will be 3 sizes bigger than it was when he started the game, and how'd that happen? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like Elmo out there.
M2, unfortunately, they are for me. Kicking ass. M2 Wild Ones, if you don't mind me asking, who's your favorite football team? Put it there in the comments here. And all right, well, let's get into our power rankings. Okay, I'm interested to see what you got down there, Craig. We've only done one this year. I think we need to hit it every week now going forward. Mine just drastically changed up since the first time we did it. We'll always go from 5 to 1. Number 5, I got the 49ers here. They're 5-2. Shanahan, we talked about it, coached his team up with Mac Jones. Purdy's out. Kittle's missed most of the year. Like, they are so injury prone, but Shanahan's got them going. I got them there at number 5. I should have put them there in the top 5 last time, Craig, and I got them there at number 5. Who do you got at number 5, Craig?
I got the Packers at 5. They've kind of, they struggled against Arizona. I don't like that but they have a tendency, if you watch Green Bay football, they have a tendency to play down to their competition and kind of like a cat with a little mouth and toy with them and and play in the football game and hang in the football game. And then all of a sudden, when they need to, they turn it on and they win the football game. But I got the Packers there.
Hey, I almost put them there myself. There's only 2 teams in the NFL, only 2 that have 1 loss, and they're one of them.
Right.
With that damn time, but I'll take it. The Packers, let me tell you, I don't want to go on a Packer rant here, Craig, but I'm going to for a second. M2 Wild Ones is a Chiefs fan, by the way. Yeah, I don't like it, but at least it's not my division, and so it's all right. M2 Wild Ones, we appreciate you showing up consistently. I don't want to go on a Packers rant here, but I'm going to for a second. And Matt LaFleur, Matt LaFleur has been a great coach. I like him. I've always been a Matt LaFleur fan, but I'm starting to turn on him. And
his time management skills are abysmal.
His time management skills and his ability to know when to be aggressive and conservative is way out of whack. And he comes out the other day and says, the good thing is we haven't put a full game together yet. That's on you. You're supposed to you're in week 7 and you're telling me we haven't played our best football yet. Come on, man. He says that
but if he's right.
But he said that last year a lot. He said he's been, well, it is, but he uses that a lot. I'm like, he used it last year a lot. I'm just like, come on, man. So I have a hot prediction for you, Craig, and I don't know if I'm
hot take
way off here. I told the wife, I said, look, and I told Jeff this the other day on the phone. I believe, because we got a new GM or whatever, president, not CEO, not owner. We got a new GM.
President of football operations.
Yeah. In Ed Policy. And Ed Policy came in year 1 and went out and got Micah Parsons, something we never do. Drafted a first-round wide receiver, something we never do. And I think if Matt LaFleur doesn't get us in a deep playoff run, I think Matt LaFleur's job is done in Green Bay. Is that a overreaction? Because I think he's going to want high expectations. And it wasn't his hire. Matt LaFleur wasn't his hire. So I know and maybe I'm talking crazy because he's been winning a lot. We've been successful. It wouldn't be
the first time that a coach gets fired because he doesn't go into the playoffs. I mean, that's your end goal. I mean, and that's why, let's be honest, that's why the guy in Pittsburgh hasn't been fired.
Yeah.
He's not popular. He's not winning playoff games. What can you say when you call him in there and go, hey, we're not going deep in the playoffs? He's like, have I lost more games than I've ever won? No. Yeah, okay. I'll be back when that happens. And he walks out. And they're like, well, He got me. Like he never has a losing. That's never happened in the history of the NFL where that many seasons in a row. Even the greatest coach, in Belichick had seasons where he didn't win double-digit games because Tom Brady got hurt. He didn't win double-digit games because this or what.
Yeah.
Whatever, some excuse, and he just hasn't had any.
And I'm just saying the expectations are high from upper management. Obviously, I think if we do another one round playoff loss, I think and it wouldn't surprise me if they move on. But there's my little hot take for the Packers. Number 4 for me is the Eagles. All right, the Eagles are here at number 4. They just beat Minnesota. They're leading your division.
Again?
We are going to do this again. You cannot not have them in your top 5. I don't think. I mean,
breaking news:
5-2. 5-2.
You can.
Hey. At least, never mind. I don't want to take shots at Jeff.
Yeah.
Put the 3-win Rams in there a couple weeks ago, and didn't even put the Eagles in. I'm like, what are we doing? I got the Rams
look
at 4.
Better. The Rams look better, so let's not. He was using his crystal ball.
No, I got the Eagles here. They're a good football team. They got too much talent. Their defense is good. They're winning games. I mean, they lost 2 in a row. They just came off a win in Minnesota. But I got the Eagles here, and I'm not a big fan of the Eagles, and I had to root for them on Sunday because they're playing my division, so I'll take it. But who do you got here at number 4? We got Jennifer. Jennifer says, "Boo the Eagles." I agree, Jennifer. I agree, but I got to put them in the top 5. Rams.
Yeah. Stafford looked really good, and with no Puka, and I mean, you just you got a quarterback that's kind of rising above, and a coach. I've always liked their head coach,
Sean May. Yeah.
McVay. He just seems to be above his time, like ahead of his time with play calling and talking to QBs up. Like, it drives Stafford nuts. Stafford's like, shut up. He's still talking. Like, he's in the huddle, and he's like, he is still talking right now. Like, I can't call the play because he's in my helmet right now, still talking.
He won't shut
yeah. Because he used to have to tell Jared Goff, like, hey, this is the defense you're facing. This guy's going to do this. This guy. Stafford's like, I've done this before. I've seen the movie. I know what this looks like. Shut up. I'm trying to do it myself. And I think they're coming to an understanding where McVay realizes that Stafford's got it and doesn't need to do that as much. But
I didn't realize they were 5-2.
Right. Yeah.
There's 3 teams in that division that are 5-2.
Yes. That remember
That's
when we
crazy.
picked the division, we were like, oh, this is good. I mean, none of them are real good. And I think the Niners, if they stay healthy, and that didn't happen, but they're still winning. And then the Rams, we were like, oh, Matthew Stafford in a wheelchair. Like, I'm not real sure.
I still picked the Rams, but
and then the Seahawks, and we're
they're
like,
surprising.
Oh, they're not real good at football. And here comes, the quarterback from Minnesota. He's like, I don't care what team I'm on. I'm going to win football games. He's pretty good too. Again, this just in, these guys that we didn't think we thought were system quarterbacks are going to other systems and winning. Real weird.
And winning. Yeah. All right. Number 3, I still got the Bucks on here. I'm not going to take a loss to the Lions. That difficult. I'm not going to knock them down too much because the Lions are a great football team. So the Bucks are still on here. We just talked about it a little bit. We're gonna see what real Bucks are and what Baker Mayfield's gonna do with the injuries they have, and Godwin out and Bucky Irvin out. Mike Evans not coming back, probably missing the rest of the season, and Buka a little beat up. But interested to see what Baker does here. But they're right now. I mean, unless they have a massive collapse, they're gonna win their division easily. The Atlanta Falcons in the division is the only other team, and they're so inconsistent. It drives me crazy. But I got the Bucks here at 3. Craig, who you got?
The Falcons can beat the Bills and then lose to some off.
They got beat by the Panthers
that's what I'm saying,
28 to nothing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't understand. I got Tampa here as well. Again, with all the injuries they had, and listen, not only the injury, but the way that happened to Evans last night, that'll deflate a football team when you watch a guy, get knocked unconscious, and you're thinking about the guy you were in the trenches with. You're not thinking about playing football and trying to win football games, and so yeah, I think not just an injury, not just losing Evans, but the brutality of it, of him having to use smelling salts to wake him back up, and then probably knowing at halftime or whatever that his collarbone's broke and that he's going to be gone the rest of the season. That'll deflate a football team. So I kind of chalk that up. Lions are good. I'm not taking anything away from the Lions. They played really good last night. I think they'd have beat Tampa even on a full strength day. It would have been closer, but I think they still would have beat Tampa on a full strength day. I think they kind of backed off. Jahmyr Gibbs is an animal.
And that
can't believe I let my brother talk me out of trading him in fantasy football.
The defense,
for a bag of pretzels.
I'm surprised they held the Bucks to 9 points. That's
correct. I'm surprised they held the Bucks to 9 points with
that secondary.
Correct.
Yeah.
With the practice squad secondary, I'm very, very surprised.
Yeah. And Chiefs murdered them, the Lions, because of that, and then they come out here and they shut down Baker Mayfield. So number 2. I got to put some respect on this team's name. I got the Colts here. I got the Colts. They're 6-1. They're just winning, and they're winning. They're winning when they play easy teams. They're blowing them out. They're not just barely winning. They're blowing them out. Then they play Denver, who Denver's 5-2, I believe, as well. They beat them, in a close game. So they're beating teams. They're playing good defense. They're running the ball. Daniel Jones has found himself. His head coach is onto something out there. So, yeah, I got to put some respect on him. I don't know if everyone else has them as high as I do, but I have got to put some respect on him 7 weeks in.
I know one person who has them as high as you do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Is our 3-2-1 going to be the same? I'm guessing it is. But
yeah, it is. Everything you said. Daniel Jones is $600,000 richer because he gets $100,000 every time he plays over 50% of the snaps and they win the football game. And he's like, I'm going to back up the Brinks truck and we're going to make another $1.5 million. They've looked really good. Jonathan Taylor has found himself again after having a couple really, really bad seasons. Jonathan Taylor looks like the old Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones, how Anthony Richardson breaks an orbital socket not playing.
What cheap bands is he practicing with that snapped and hit him right in the eyeball?
Yeah. Did he get those off? Did he get those off Temu or what? I don't know. I don't understand, dude. How do you do that? You can't make this up. It just, that kid is made of paper mache apparently, because he's been nothing but injured his whole career.
And we knew when they took him, it was the biggest reach in the draft.
We were sitting in the draft. We were like,
shock.
What? That can't. This is a joke, right? Somebody tapped into the ESPN. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a stretch, and I don't know. Maybe the owner was on one of his benders when he took. I don't know.
Oh, shots fired too early.
Yeah, too
early.
soon. But I don't know. Yeah, the Colts look really good, and they're probably going to win that division. And I don't know. At 6-1, Yeah.
They have the best record in football. I want to apologize to the Irsay family for Craig's harsh comments. Anyways, number one's the Lions. All right, and I'm not. I mean, unfortunately,
if you don't have them, your opinion doesn't count.
Yeah. They're just a good football team. If they I think the opening week was a little bit of a fluke, and I'm not the Packer fans going, well, technically we're ahead of them in the division right now because no, they're a better football team than we are. They're playing better on offense, especially they're putting up 30 points. Our offense has struggled a little bit here and there because of Matt LaFleur, but they're the number one team right now, and unfortunately it pains me to say that, but I'm a realist, and I'm not gonna BS my way around it. They're a good football team, and it looks like losing the coordinators didn't matter. So, kudos to Dan Campbell, and maybe this puts them up for Coach of the Year if they win the division and they're number one, and they go out and they have
The only reason he didn't win Coach of the Year last year was because of Kevin O'Connell or whatever his name is in Minnesota. Yeah. Nobody saw that happen.
But losing both your coordinators, everyone thought they was going to drop off. They lose the Packers week one. We're going, oh, here it is, and they're 5-2. Locally be the best team in football, and that pains me to say it, but it's true.
And I mean the Chiefs are playing better. The Chiefs would be an honorable mention. They look really good. I understand the Raiders are not, but it's a division game, and
they beat them like they stole.
I was gonna say you didn't just walk in there. If you'd have won, 7-3 or 10-7 or something like that, he has all his weapons back. He gets the guy back off suspension, for driving through DFW at 2,000 miles an hour in a stolen, or rented Porsche or whatever. And having an accident and killing people and everything like that. They get him back from suspension and they put up 31 and he's thrown 4 touchdowns weeks and weeks and weeks. And, he's. I mean, I'm not breaking news here when I say Patrick Mahomes is good at football. So you can't ever. If Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback on Sunday, then the team he's quarterbacking for has a chance to win a bunch of football games. I think they still can win the division. I think they can still go deep in the playoffs. I think they're still going to be around. You're still going to talk about them all year.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you did pick the Lions, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
I know. You talked a lot about the Chiefs, so I was giving you a hard time. I think you're 100% right in that. That's for the longest time. I always took Rodgers because as long as Rodgers is my quarterback, I have a chance to win every game we step on the field, and I'll take that every day.
It's just like in the NBA. When you have the best player, you have a chance to win.
Yeah.
When LeBron James was at the top of his game, anytime he stepped on the floor, he had a chance to win. When Luka was with Dallas, anytime he stepped on the floor, you had a chance to win. Because you never know when they're going to go for 70. When Kobe Bryant stepped on the floor, you had a chance to win. And so.
All right. Well, I'm looking at something kind of interesting. So every year,
Max Crosby, the Cowboy.
Well, that's a good.
Which it's weird because I've seen him and the guy from Cincinnati both that they're interested in coming to Dallas.
That was a great segue. So let's go ahead and segue into that. The rumors are, I mean, I've seen this before, before the season, but then you see it now.
Unfortunately, there's so many parody accounts on Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff that you can't believe. Every 2 days you see this person passed away. This person passed away. They're not dead. They're I mean, I had to go look up the some of the stuff that is real because
to me, Max Crosby. To me, It would be weird to trade Parsons and then give away 2 firsts that you got for Parsons for a lesser defensive pass rusher.
Right.
And the only thing you're doing there would be to
Saving money.
payroll. That's it.
Yeah.
So that'd be a little weird unless you
and
gave away a second and didn't have to give away those firsts that you got. But I don't think
Right.
the Raiders are dumb enough to do that.
Or only have to give away one of them. Like if it's not 2.
Yeah, if you give it one,
we'll
still
talk.
have 2 first rounds.
A 1 and a 2 or a 1 and a 3 and whatever. If you can only do one of the ones, I'm in. I don't know what, but I think they just extend him? Like he just yeah. So like really, and listen, I was on the bash white-haired Yoda train when he traded Parsons. But what he's done with that money, signed Bland, signed 2 offensive linemen. Now he says, hey, guess what, guys? Before, I didn't have money to sign Pickens. Now, guess what I have? I have money to you like George Pickens? You like what he's out here doing? You like that we have another guy other than CeeDee Lamb, and now they're both out here catching 100 yards? Do you like that? Well, now I can keep him because I didn't have to back up the Brinks truck for Micah. Oh, and I can get Max Crosby for less money and still have a viable pass rusher that you don't have right now. He knows there's a hole. He knows I mean, everybody that hammers GM Jerry, these are some moves that I would not suspect Jerry to make. I would have never suspected him to go, you know what? If you can't come to my number, there's the door. And pull the trigger.
If he was able to get Crosby and pay pay Pickens. Wow, that's a good deal. That was going on. Then I'm going.
He came out last week before any of this happened and said, "We will now be able to pay George Pickens when this season's over. We'll be able to extend Pickens. Like we didn't do it right off the bat because we wanted to make sure that there are rumors, there are things that come with Pickens, there are diva, hothead, bad teammate." Well, guess what? He showed up in Dallas, and none of those tags came with him.
Yeah, he's been.
There has not been one word of fights in practice, or I'm better than CeeDee Lamb, or I need the ball more. When the season started, he didn't use Pickens right away. He was all Lamb. I think the injury to CeeDee Lamb helped tremendously.
Yeah,
because he had no choice but to learn to throw the ball and be comfortable with George Pickens. And now they're on the same page, and they both had a really good game, and they're celebrating with each other. When Lamb goes on the bomb, there's Pickens going, hey, come on, and they're down there celebrating together and laughing. And this offense doesn't look like and why has this offense? It's the same guy. Where's this offense been, Schottenheimer? Where is this 40 point a day? Where is it? You're the same guy. You're calling the same plays. Why is it? Why aren't we now installing new motions? Why are we installing what? Were we trying to become the head coach? Were we sabotaging, the guy? Because that's awful weird. That's like a Jason Garrett 2.0 where the playbook grew by 40 plays the second that they got fired and Garrett became the head coach. He's like, got a new playbook, and it's got about 70 more plays in it. Here you go, guys. They're like, huh? What? Why? I just found that. And they were under my couch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, if they can get a pass rusher, whether it be the guy in Cincinnati or whether it be now the guy in Cincinnati, you would have to extend.
You're not paying Parsons. You're not paying Pickens and him.
No.
You're going to have one or the other. And maybe Max Crosby is the cheaper option.
I believe he is.
What I was saying was interesting was usually the AFC, they always say the AFC is more dominant. You have some more dominant teams in the AFC, and where the NFC is more wide open. But you look at it right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the NFC that are 5-2. And on the other side, you have 1, 2, and 3 teams, which the Patriots are a surprising one, that are 5-2 or better. So right now, NFC seems to be putting on a show.
And it's just like there's just really good football being played all the way around.
Yeah.
Like there's no like Carolina started off real bad, and then all of a sudden now they've won 3 or 4 straight. The Bears have won 4 straight. The Patriots have won 4 straight. You're like, what is this altered universe that these teams that we didn't think were very good have 3 and 4 wins in a row? Now,
Right.
granted, Bears are Carolina, and you know, but they all can't be bad. You know, like you can only play who's in front of you, and I don't know.
Want to say thank you, Jennifer, for jumping on real quick. Go watch your Thunder basketball, as basketball does start tonight, right? It's the opening games. So, well, we'll get to more of that when basketball starts off. Obviously, we got the World Series, which we all kind of agree that the Dodgers are going to win. So hockey's going. It's a great time of year. College football's going. And we really haven't talked much college football. But there's a lot of sports going on right now. It's a great time of year, as our bread and butter is the NFL. But do you got anything else to add? Any other headlines or anything else? I mean, we're running on almost an hour, so I think it's pretty good. But I think that's it. I mean, as we get closer to the deadline, obviously you're going to start hearing and seeing more things.
Right.
People have called Green Bay about wide receivers. Maybe they want to trade one. We need some cornerback help. I would definitely trade one of our guys for a cornerback, depending on who it may be. But Derpy, what's up, my man? Going down this week. I don't know. It is we'll get more into that on Friday, but it is Aaron Rodgers versus Green Bay. We go to Pittsburgh, travel there. Who knows? Hey, Aaron Rodgers looked damn good on Thursday Night Football. Still making those throws. They didn't win, but I mean, he still got it. I mean, I talked about a little bit in the show earlier on. He still got it. So we'll see. It ought to be interesting. But if he does win, he will be one of the 2 or 3 quarterbacks that have beat every team in the NFL.
All 30 teams.
So it'll be interesting. I'm really looking forward to that one. I think that one's on a is that Sunday Night Football next week? Let me look. I think it's on Sunday Night Football next Sunday. So we shall see. Thanks for jumping on, Derpy. We are back live on Tuesdays. We were doing them on Tuesdays and just not doing live, but the schedule freed up for us to where we could pinpoint a time. 6:00 Central Time, Tuesday evenings, we'll jump on live, and then obviously our show on Friday nights at 8 p.m. So come join us for the show, like us, share us, subscribe if you're not already. Hit the subscribe button for us, guys. We really appreciate it. Craig, thanks so much for your time, and great show, and we shall see you on Friday.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
God bless, and remember,
keep it outspoken.